Hey, what's going on, people?
Yeah.
Welcome to Friday Night Gaming Podcast, Episode 7. I'm your boy Trigun, but before we get to me, I'm going to introduce my co-host who likes to eat ice cream with a butter knife. So I go and introduce yourself to the people, bro.
Hey,
Oh, man.
you got to be able to get that shit out nice and smooth.
Hey, man. Hey, how else you going to get in them corners? I mean,
Yep.
the bottom being straight, it's a circle, but still, either way, a great start. So, I go and tell them where they can find you on Twitch and Twitter, bro.
Twitch.tv/Scythex and Twitter.com/Scythex_.
Yeah, you can find your boy, and you can find your boy Trigun 411 or 411 or 411, whatever you like to do. You can find me on Twitter at Trigun 4848. You can find me on Twitch at /Trigun 411. Streams be lit. Here's the deal. The title is called RIP Trigun. Let me tell you, people, listen. I've been down, but I'm not out. But I've been, your boy been sick for a week straight. I had HIV, pneumococcal pneumonia. I had encephalitis, polio, hemorrhoids. Nah, but real talk, I've been sick as hell, bro. Like Sunday, I won't even go into the whole story. Whole house been sick. My son was sick, threw up. Wife throwing up, I'm throwing up, everybody throwing up, you all throwing up at each other. You know, like it's like Super Soaker Wars in here. But we've been sick, and
it's like that Family Guy episode when they're all just puking on everything.
Everybody's just throwing up, right? So that's basically what's been going on in my household, man. I've just been sick. I've been down and out. But I'm back. I actually didn't even know if I was gonna make it back for the episode 7. But this podcast is legendary. So I'm like, I feel like Jordan in the flu game right now. Like I'm trying to perform, baby. So I'm back anyway. We're back. I'm feeling better, but like I said, I was down for about a week straight in the bed, couldn't move, couldn't even turn on the television. Like it's crazy. But I'm back, and I survived. Make sure. I came back for you guys. So anybody that's listening right now, I came back for you. Came back for my deathbed. So make sure you go to iTunes, Google Play, and YouTube and download the podcast so you can listen to us on the way to work, on the way to do whatever you're doing, when you're in the bathroom, whatever it is, just always think of us. So make sure you download. Yeah.
Real quick, Android and iOS will always have the latest episodes. But if you want to listen back to previous episodes from like the beginning or whatever, those are always going to be on YouTube.
Word. Good point. So you can always, like I said, always come back to YouTube if you want to listen to a past episode and download us for the latest episodes on those platforms. But we gonna get into it, baby. We're back. Hey, we another podcast, another episode. So we're gonna rock this thing out. We're going to jump right into it. What happened last night? Now, this wasn't as epic as it has been, but it was still pretty great. So I'm going to let Cy go ahead and let you know what went down last night. Every Friday night, the people who have been coming to the podcast, we jump on GTA Friday Night Gaming. That's the name of the podcast. We get on with the fellas and we run through missions, whether it be GTA, Fortnite, whatever it is. We used to run FIFA, whatever it is. We're going to be running that live soon.
Yep.
But yeah, so go ahead and tell the people what happened. What happened last night, bro?
Well, I'll start 2 weeks ago.
Okay, take us back.
The team was Jorpak, Shanza, Trigun, and myself. We started to do the prep missions for the Doomsday Heist Part 2. That has the easiest finale to make money.
Hell yeah, trying to get it easy.
Yep. So we restarted that, and we hit a little hiccup with the Avenger mission, but we were able to like knock that out. I think the Avenger mission we did 3 weeks ago, we were struggle bussing. We all quit, and then
is that the one where we were in the hangar?
Yeah.
Yep. Well, the problem is we were getting shot with bullets that were coming from guns that we couldn't see. So
right.
I mean, that was the issue,
Yeah. So 2 weeks ago, we dove right back into that, and we were able to do it. I think the first or second try, which was pretty good.
Oh yeah, we actually ran through that better than we ever have in the past. Like,
Yep.
which was crazy.
Yeah. So we nailed that, and then we did the prep, and then we started the next setup mission, which was rescuing the agent from the enemy. And basically, that was our next struggle bus. We could not complete this mission. We kept dying. Enemies were like teleporting all over the place.
Hell yeah.
Well, it was crazy. Like, I guess inside the building where the agent is being held hostage, enemies come from all over. And like, I'll talk about like what happened last night because we replayed that mission again, but I did it from a different perspective.
Yeah, we switched roles. So I usually took the top. I usually took inside the building. And then
yeah, so like 2 weeks ago when I was up in the water tower, we had helicopters coming, enemies coming from all different directions. And we're trying to hold it down our best while you guys did your thing inside. Because I think how it works is the more we kill outside, the less can come into the building.
Yeah, that makes sense. It makes sense.
And we were trying, but like in the building, from my perspective, when I finally did it last night, I was noticing enemies teleporting. Like, we were killing people, and then all of a sudden, like, an enemy would teleport, like, either behind us or right in front of us and just shoot us down, like, instantly.
Oh, yeah.
So that mission is definitely a pain in the ass. But going into last night, we were able to complete it finally. What else?
We rocked it out.
Yeah,
we rocked it out last night. We took me and Shanta went to the top, and then Sai and Pac went to the bottom, and they took out dudes. We were taking out dudes. The problem with the top is they put you in a vantage point where when you get behind cover, you can't really shoot the enemies as well as you could from outside of cover. So
yeah, and you're hiding behind a railing that's just a railing. Like, you can still get shot in cover.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. And before we actually finished that mission, before we did that, I actually got like $350,000 worth of coke sold. And the delivery, was so easy. So the coke warehouse is definitely the thing. If you play GTA, buy the coke warehouse. Make sure. But I fully upgraded all the things. So now all I have to do is make sure I get my supplies, and then they build up the the cocaine, and then you can just sell it a real quick dump off, and it's good to go.
Yeah, that was a really easy mission.
Yeah,
all we had to do was just all be in the yellow circle, right? Just all deliver.
Yeah, it was crazy easy, which is ridiculous. But
I would say the coke warehouse and the CEO import export warehouse are the fastest ways to make money in the game for sure.
Hell yeah. So at the end of the day, we can say we've gotten to the point where now we can finally get to the second finale where we can make that easy money, and hopefully,
I think we have like one setup mission left, and then we're in there.
Yeah, hopefully we can actually make it through. Hold on, I'm getting an incoming text. Oh, there's a report, a sleep report from last night. Sai, can you report on what happened with the sleeping situation? Did anyone fall asleep last night? Because usually,
try. I can safely report that Shanza stayed awake the whole night.
Bruh, hold on, can you say that again? Say that one more time.
Shanza stayed awake the whole night.
Bruh. Lit, bruh. Yo, shout out to Shanza, bro. We love you, bruh. He stayed awake the whole night, rocked it out. So did Pac. Everybody was awake. Oh, shout out to G-Dubs, by the way, our fallen comrade. That man had the stomach virus. He hasn't been on in a minute, but he's knocked out with a stomach virus too. But that's about it. So we're gonna jump on next Friday. Hopefully get that done. Maybe even do it tonight. Who knows? Yep. Moving on to the next topic. This week in gaming. So Sai, you want to just tell the people what you've been playing these past 2 weeks?
Yep. We did GTA, and then I played some Injustice 2 because they came out with a character update, which I'll dive into later on. Destiny 2 came out with the Crimson update,
sir, you mean that game's not dead, sir?
People are still playing it. It's crazy.
Hey, still lit, facts.
No, but they came out with an update which is like a Valentine's Day type of update where you can do missions and crucible matches in duos. So it's always like a pair, you know.
And I saw the Crimson. Did they change like the tower? Was it like red and stuff?
Yep.
Like,
yeah, they had like rose petals everywhere. It was actually pretty cool looking.
I just thought it was red. I didn't even know about that, but that shit looks crazy.
The one thing I can say about it is the Crucible was fantastic. The game mode that they updated.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it was fantastic. It was very fast paced, which I like. The matches were 2 minutes long. So it was like you got to get in there and get your points as quick as possible, you know? Like,
oh, damn, that's dope.
Yeah, so it was very fast paced. I love what they did with it. They also updated. They brought in a new map, which is actually a Destiny 1 map, but changed it up, and it's fucking beautiful looking. It's awesome.
Yeah.
It's a great map. So we played some Fortnite, and I also completed Marvel vs. Capcom story. So that is my my completion. I think that's number 2 on the year.
Oh, nice. Hey, 2 games, baby. Let's get it.
Yep.
Hey. All right. Real quick, this is what I've been. Well, I've been dying this week, but the week prior, and also, I mean, I did at one point during this past week, I did get on Game of Thrones. Game of Thrones, Telltale Games. I know Telltale Games, but listen, Game of Thrones is fire. Like, the game is so much fun to tell. The story is great. If you're a Game of Thrones fan, you would love it. It basically follows another family. Anyway, I've been playing that. I've been loving it. I'm on episode 6 out of 6 episodes, so I'm on the finale. I just got to start that episode. Each episode is about an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on your play style. So I'm gonna just play through that. I'm gonna beat that. Hopefully, get the platinum for that because I'm a trophy hunter confirmed. But I also, I say this with like great trepidation. I've been playing Golf Clash. Listen, man, I might check into a clinic, bro. Like, Golf Clash is I actually hate Golf Clash. I know I was lauding it as the game of the year from now to the next 5 years.
It's funny. It's funny. My cousin, who listened to our last episode, because I think you mentioned Golf Clash.
I did.
He texted me like, I don't know, like a week ago maybe. He's like, "Yo, I can't put this game down. I hate you guys."
It's actually, listen, shout out to Sai's cousin. I apologize to you and I apologize to myself, because here's why. I recently went through a bout where I made the tournament. I got this little flag thing and I couldn't stop playing it. So I actually, what I did was, on my phone, I didn't delete it for the 3rd time because I've already deleted it twice because I have issues. I didn't delete it, but I hid it in a folder in the back end of the folder on Apple. So like when you go into the folder, you know what I'm saying? I put it into the thing, and I don't see it on my phone. So I'm acting like it's not there, and I'm trying my hardest not to play it. I gave myself the whole weekend. Today's Saturday. I'm not going to play it until Monday, or so I say. I can't stop playing, but I hate the game. Yeah. But I need it. It's weird. Anyway.
Yep.
I get it. It's like an I can Tina Turner type situation where, I'm like Tina, but I got to fight my way through. GTA 5, we've been doing that. What I did was, I don't know if this was like the wrong thing to do or the right thing to do, but this is what I did. In order to get that Coke warehouse popping, I went in, bought the supplies, put my controller down, put a rubber band on that thing, and put a weight on it and let it hang. So I sat my controller down and I just walked forward for like 6 hours. And I accidentally left the stream once. So shout out to the people that came through the stream when I was streaming for 7 hours.
Watching you go in circles.
Watching me go in circles. So I really apologize. Hey, Fly Life, baby. What's up, baby? What's going on?
Yo, Fly, what's up?
Let's get it one time. Anyway, we're going to move on to the next segment. Oh boy. All right. Listen, get this man a towel, get this man a fire hydrant. This man is gonna be hot for this next one. All right, we're gonna talk about what's on your mind. Sigh.
Oh boy.
Oh, yeah, calm down, bro. Try to keep yourself calm.
Keep my composure.
Settle down now, brother. Sigh, tell the people what's on your mind, player.
Nike is the worst company I've ever dealt with in my life.
Facts, bro.
Complete trash. Complete trash. The sneaker game is a joke. It needs to go away. Trash. So, all right, let me dive into it.
Yeah.
Paul George comes together. He links up with Nike and PlayStation. And they create
for those nerds who don't know Paul George, he's an NBA basketball player.
He's an NBA player. Yeah, correct. Yeah. So they come together and they produce this PlayStation themed Paul George sneaker. It looks insane. The sneaker is so dope. Yeah, the sneaker is unbelievably dope. And what's the name? It had like all kinds of weird like PlayStation designs in it, like
it actually like lights up.
Yeah, the laces go in, like the holes of the laces. Actually, I think are PlayStation symbols, or at least the PlayStation colors.
The colors, the colors, yeah.
So like your triangle, circle, square, X, whatever, and then the tongues, as you said, light up. Like it has a power button in the tongue, like
Like that, yo, bro. I know that, yo. It might be a little bit childish, but that's fire, my boy.
It looked insane. So like they had the release this past week, and I think it was last Saturday, actually.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, February 10th, right? Or February 10th. Yep.
So you have to log into the Nike sneaker app and do enter a drawing, and basically it's a lottery pick of who can buy the sneaker. Now, apparently they didn't have a limit on how many you can buy, because I saw a picture of this dude. I think you sent it to me.
Yeah, I did.
He bought like 20 goddamn copies of these friggin' sneakers.
Triggered.
It's unbelievable. And he's selling them. They're the $110 sneakers.
$110 sneaker.
This dude is selling them for $1,200.
Bruh. Yo, hold on real quick. Shout out in the chat. What up, Shane?
Yeah, Shane. Bye. We're doing well, bud.
Yo, this dude he bought like 15 pairs of these sneakers.
Unbelievable.
When other people like Sai and myself we couldn't get half a pair. We couldn't get one sneaker.
I couldn't even look at it.
Bro.
Like legitimately, I couldn't even go to a store and look at it because this dude bought the whole store. Like it was the most idiotic release I've ever seen. And apparently that's the whole sneaker game in itself. Like a new shoe comes out, it's a lottery pick, and then people jack up the prices and nobody gets the sneaker.
Yo, and they're selling them. I saw them on eBay for like $1,200, bruh.
Yeah.
I'm not paying an extra $1,100. I'm not talking about a car. I'm not talking about a board.
As soon as you hit that complete purchase button, you lost,
bruh.
Like
as soon as you pay like $1,100 for a sneaker,
sell your house and live in a storage bin with your other sneakers. Like that's all you can afford. Like what are you doing?
I just pictured a dude in a storage bin with sneakers.
Yeah. Like, what are you doing?
Oh my God.
You need to buy a $1,200 sneaker.
Yo, I'm so like and I'm not. Me and Sai aren't even sneakerheads.
No, I love sneakers, but I'm not a collector. Like a lot of my boys like they'll buy sneakers just to have them, and they won't even wear them. Like they'll just sit in the box
I actually wear all my sneakers. Like,
and I was gonna wear these PlayStation ones. Like, I'm not gonna hide it in the closet. I want to flaunt these things. They're dope as fuck, you know. I couldn't get a pair. It was so dumb.
I just envisioned in my mind like the sun goes down. Hey, bruh, that power button does turn them on. Speaking
of that though, like I had had my buddy and like 4 other people
you had like 7 people trying to get you the sneaker too.
Trying to win me a pair of these sneakers, bruh. And we all couldn't get it.
Yeah, that's terrible. I mean, I was trying to get them too. Like, I mean, I was dumb late. I woke up like on the day of and was like, figured I could just go to the store and click a button and get them. But Sherman said those are fine. Yo, they're so dope. So and good. Here's the thing, Sherman. They have a code on the right hand shoe. On the back of it, there's a code that you can put into your PS4, and I think it gives you.
It gives you like a Paul George like theme and like all kind. I don't know, some Paul George stuff.
There's some kind of content that you could unlock on your PlayStation by entering the code. I'm so pissed, dog. Like,
yeah.
Are we sure they're done? So like you can't.
They're 100% sold out unless they re-release them. I don't know.
Yo,
but they're catching a lot of flack from a lot of people. Everyone, like, I was going through Twitter feeds and like people didn't even know these shoes existed until they were gone.
Yo, but how can
they didn't like advertise, they didn't market anything. Like they're just like,
how can they as a company be like, yeah, we're done with that sneaker when there's millions? I feel like maybe not millions, but there's
if you sell out on a sneaker in 15 goddamn minutes, how are you going to tell me you're not going to get the factory moving again?
How do you not re-release that? How do you not? I don't know, man. Like,
I don't know.
I'm hoping to God they re-release, because first of all, I'm not paying more than $110 for those sneakers. Like,
there was multiple articles bashing Nike. People in Europe couldn't even log into the app, and you had to be in the US to get these sneakers, which is another joke.
Yeah.
It wasn't a worldwide release. So PlayStation fans all over the world who want the sneakers couldn't get them. Like, it was impossible.
Bruh.
The whole thing was a joke. The sneaker's dope. We'll probably never get it ever.
Bro, I'm gonna tell you this right now. I'm getting that damn sneaker, bro.
What are you gonna do,
bro? Listen,
chill in the alley and
I ain't gonna even say it on air. I ain't gonna even say it on air, bro. Because next thing you know, this gonna be used in the court, the case against me, bro. I plead the fifth. Listen, I'm gonna get that damn sneaker. I guarantee I'm gonna have it. But Sherm said that's the future. I'm like, hopefully not, but he might be right.
The sneaker game's a joke, and I should be able to just go in the Foot Locker and be like, "Yo, give me them sneakers."
Yeah, like what happened to those days where you could just go to Foot Locker and buy the sneakers you liked? I guess not.
Nah, anyway, that's stupid.
This is dumb.
But let me calm down and try what's on your mind.
Hey, player. Here's the thing, right? So you guys know your boy Trigun is cheap as hell, bro. But listen, my cheapness has steeped to an all new low, bro. Listen, y'all need to know something right now. Y'all know I don't buy games day one unless they're fire, like God of War or Red Dead Redemption, unless they game of the year. I only buy games of the year day one. Just like I bought Harlem World, album of the year. Listen, I ain't paying no more than $4.99 for an old game. Thanks, my boy. Listen, you guys think I'm joking. I'm not paying more than $5 for an old game. I just bought NBA Live recently. Last night, I was just on the PSN store. I saw that game Unravel. It's an older game, $4.99, bro. I'm not paying more than $4.99 for an old game for 2 reasons. Number one, I'm cheap. Number two, my backlog is at 879 games right now.
You buying God of War, though?
Bruh, hold up. I said old game. Now, God of War is a day one. Hold up. God of War is a day one. Actually, I'm going to get the special edition because I'm a sucker. I'm going to get the special edition with the 7-inch figurine for $99.99, baby. Because listen, I love God of War. So I'm going to get that special edition day one. I'm going to beat the game in 20 hours. And then my $100, I'm going to put $100 in the case and put it on the bookshelf. So my $100 could sit there forever, because that's what basically buying a game at full price does. In any event, that's what I'm doing. That's what's on my mind. I'm not paying big money for games. What he said, no, sir. Oh, Sherm, you ain't getting God of War day one, bro? Hey, bro, chill. Nah, I'm actually gonna get the special edition because Kratos it's a statue of Kratos with his son, and it's it's like commemorative for me in my life. So I might actually get the special edition. I don't know, maybe it's like $79.99, but I'm gonna get that. The
It'll
old
probably be $100.
bruh. Oh man,
The
maybe
collector's edition or
yeah,
whatever.
maybe we can find that. Where I gotta go Groupon. I gotta find some kind of discount.
Yep.
So anyway, that's that. Because paying full price for a game, Sai is actually smart. He game flies single players and he buys multiplayers, which makes sense because multiplayer you can play forever. GTA 5, 5-year-old game, we still playing it. A game like like Game of Thrones, Telltale, you pay $65 for that. You play through once, it's done. And then you go to sell it back to GameStop, and you actually have to pay them to give it back to them. So it's not smart.
One of my favorite games, Horizon Zero Dawn.
Yeah,
I played the story, and I sent it back to GameFly, because there was no reason to replay it for me. And what's the name? When the DLC came out, I actually bought the DLC and had GameFly send me back the disc. That's how much I like that game. But to me, I'm justifying it as the whole Horizon Zero Dawn series cost me like $12.
Right, but it's the experience that you pay for, really.
Right, but what I'm saying is I didn't spend $80. I spent $12.
Nah, that's a lot smarter. But also, you know what though? Here's the thing too. There's something to be said for collectors of games, and I consider myself a collector of games. So that's the one thing. Even though it's a silly argument, it's the one argument that I can make. I'm looking at a game.
Dude, there's nothing like seeing your bookshelf and have all your games lined up.
You look back at a game and you're like, yeah. Some people, when people come over and I show them a stack of 40 games, they're like, wow, you're really a child. And then the second thought is, wow, you're really cool, right? At least I'm hoping. They never said it out loud, but I'm hoping that's what's in their head. And anyway, I'm like, yeah, I beat that. And I look at them and smile, and they're like, cool story. Anyway, so moving forward, just get the games you get, whatever. I'm buying God of War Day One. We
search for those deals though, that they're coming up all the time.
Hell yeah, gotta get.
Find a diamond in the rough. You never know.
Hell yeah. All right, now we're gonna move on to the main event. We don't have a lot, but we do have some quality stuff. So it's not about the quantity; it's about the quality. All right. So we got I'm gonna let Sai dive into the first piece. We're gonna talk about Marvel vs. Capcom Infinite. Thank you for putting that in parentheses for your boy. Because in the pre-production meeting, Trigun's like, so Sai, Marvel vs. Capcom versus Injustice, those are 3 fighting games? He's like, no, idiot. I'm like, oh, sorry.
That's actual fact.
No, I do that. Listen, my temperature just spiked at that moment, and my diabetes kicked in. My number got low. I was blind in one eye. I couldn't see. But yeah, Sai's gonna go ahead and talk about Marvel vs. Capcom. That's one game versus Injustice 2.
Yep. Yeah. So as I said, I played Marvel vs. Capcom Story and completed it last week. But I wanted to do a quick comparison between that and Injustice, because a lot of Marvel heads are like, yo, this game is crazy. Like Capcom players, like Street Fighter, people who love Street Fighter, they're like, yo, Marvel vs. Capcom is dope. This is the game, this blah, 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 blah. But I tend to lean more towards Injustice 2 as being the better game. And basically, I'll break it down. The story was cool. It was a fun story. It was interesting. It kind of ties into the movie that's coming out, the Marvel movie, being all about the Infinity Stones. I don't know if anyone's paying attention to that, but
we definitely. I know Sherm is a huge fan.
Yeah. The new movie is all about, getting all the stones, and that's kind of how the story was for this game. So it was definitely interesting. It was cool to see the Capcom players, interacting in a story mode with the Marvel characters. So that was interesting.
Oh, that's dope.
But the story itself, the cutscenes were very short. The fighting in the game is very clunky. Like,
oh, that's just. I mean, I never even played it, but I can. I play fighting games when it's clunky. Like
it didn't.
It takes away from it.
It didn't feel like how Street Fighter should feel, and like if you remember the old Marvel vs. Capcom games like Dreamcast and all.
Yeah.
You know, like all those old things, the old consoles where it came out.
Yeah.
And like the arcades, those didn't seem clunky, but this one to me seemed clunky.
Damn.
The characters were like way too cartoony and bulky. Like they had muscles that shouldn't exist. Like it was just weird looking. You know,
muscles on muscles.
Yeah,
Bicep had a bicep.
It was like every character was the Hulk, just a different color. Like it was like they were all just jacked up. It was weird.
That's crazy.
The game, though, I will say was fun. The story I had fun with. It didn't match up to Injustice. Injustice is a lot more realistic to me, graphic wise. The body types seem more realistic, you know, as you would see in a comic book.
I think
did I
see you playing Injustice?
I think you came in a couple times.
That game looked good, man. Like
yeah,
and
dude, the cutscenes are long. It has a ton of content story wise. The voice acting was on point. Like
wow,
the game is just a good game. Like it's well made. The fighting in it, it seems effortless as far as like. You know, dope. You hit a kick or a punch or something like that.
The mechanics are on point.
Yeah, like it just seems smooth. It's a smooth fighting game that I thought would be inferior to Marvel's Capcom because that's generally, you know, the better game. But
yeah,
it's not the case, in my opinion. As I said, you know, the story was a lot longer. It was more elaborate. The writing cutscenes are better. What's the name? Oh, so recently, the reason why
I heard about this. Yeah.
They released a character update and added all 4 Ninja Turtles into the game. So like,
fresh out of Donatello, my favorite.
So think about that though. You can be Donatello and fight Batman. Like. That's
actually fire. Now,
right? Like that's dope.
Now, let me ask you a question: are they 4 individual characters, or do you play like people were thinking you have to play them as a group, and you could just like.
So basically, how it works is instead of you getting 4 characters on your selection, you know, when you select a character to play, it's 1 character slot. However, when you go to it, there's different loadouts. So you can say, okay, I want loadout 1. Loadout 1 is Leonardo. Loadout 2 is Donatello.
So you get
loadout
to select 3. The individual character in that 1 slot.
Yep, correct.
Oh, that makes sense. Okay.
So basically when you change the weapon, so like if you go from swords to bow staff, it changes to Donatello automatically, and you would think like all the moves are the same because you're taking like 1 character and changing the skins, you know, but it's not. Like you're getting 4 legitimate characters within the 1 preset, like within the 1 loadout, because you know all Michelangelo's moves are different than Leonardo's. Like he's legit using the swords and stuff like that, where Michelangelo has you know, like he's spinning on his shell and kicking you at the same time. He's using a skateboard, you know, like
it's legit.
It's legit. And the cool thing about it is they all have like share moves where like if you grab, say I'm Leonardo and I grab you, and I basically throw you into another turtle. It's random. Like you can see Mike come in or Donatello.
Donatello.
Like you'll see them come in, hit you with an attack, and then dip.
Damn.
And like it varies on the character you're using, but is generally the same. Like it's a share move where they come in and help out when you call for it. The super is the same super. It just starts out differently depending on who you pick.
Yo, but all I want to know, can you use Raphael with the forks?
With the forks?
Yes.
Them
those
size
forks
though?
are crazy, bro.
See,
I'll fork you up, son.
If all right, to break it down a little bit, Raphael was the hardest character for me to grasp when I was playing it for the brief amount of time, because I tried all four.
Of course, man. It's hard to fight with forks, bro. Imagine you're fighting people and you have forks.
To me, though, like Raphael was more of a defensive fighter. Like I couldn't just break out, as you say, the forks.
Correct. That's correct, sir.
I couldn't just break him out and just start using them on him, on like the enemy. But I could do counter moves where somebody's throwing a punch at me. I pull him out, block the punch, and then I counterattack with the forks. So like it was pretty dope, but his combos were harder to figure out.
Yeah.
So I would say for me personally, Leonardo and Michelangelo were the most fun to use.
Yeah, that seems normal.
Their combos were easy for me to figure out, and I was enjoying their move sets a lot more. Raphael is definitely the bottom, and Donatello's squeezed in right in the middle. He has some dope moves where like he'll do like a quick double kick, punch you, and then break out the bow staff, smack you a couple times, lift you up, and slam you using the staff. Like I'll let you know the next time I'm playing it, because you gotta check it out.
I want to check this. This sounds so much fun. And you know, here's the thing. To be quite honest with you, I gotta be honest. They should make Raphael the hardest character to use, because you know what? If you like Raphael, if you like a person that's fighting with forks, you're a little bit of a weirdo. So they should make Raphael the hardest. That's your favorite.
Raphael is like. Raphael's like the brute force in, like, he doesn't care about anything. He's gonna punch you in the mouth. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah. No, I respect Raphael, but he's also a weirdo because he has forks.
I get it. I get it. You're trolling. But
anyway,
in reality,
I'm not trolling that ass, bro.
In reality, I feel like he should be the easier of the four, because he's more of the fighter, where everyone else is kind of like defensive, you know, like, we only fight when we need to, where Raph is like, I'm punching in the mouth. I don't care.
He's just like walk in and punch you right in the mouth. Like,
right.
You don't give a F,
But it's not the case in the game. I feel like he's harder. He's more defensive as far as like his move sets go. But the shared super is dope, because like you'll see, like, you'll hit the guy and then you'll see Michelangelo come in on the skateboard and like nunchuck you, and then Donatello will come in, like lift you up, and basically you'll see Raph come jumping out of nowhere. He'll throw the size right into your chest and kick Mikey's skateboard into the size, so it like buries them into your chest.
I gotta play this game. I think I'm gonna have to copy it.
And then all of a sudden, like you'll hear shell shock, and like all four come in and slam you with the shell. Like
just off nostalgia and what you're describing, I gotta buy this game now.
It's the coolest thing ever.
Buying it. I gotta check it now.
Yeah. Fly was watching me play the other night, and he was like, "Holy shit, this looks so good!" Like the characters, they're not the bullshit like newer cartoony ones. Even like the Michael Bay movies, like these are the old school Ninja Turtles from like the first movie.
Damn, that's back when they were like authentic.
Like when they come in, they're wearing the trench coat. When remember like how Raphael in the movie was walking around the city, like he's like, "Oh, screw you guys, I'm out," and he's wandering the city, but he has a trench coat and the hat. They come in like that, like it's so good, it's so good. But
that's what's up.
Yeah, I'm gonna say, just on pure fun, realism, and the smoothness of the gameplay, I'm giving Injustice 2 2 thumbs up, and Marvel's Capcom I would say 2 thumbs down.
Damn, savage, bro.
Like
Hey,
it's fun, but to me it doesn't compete with Injustice.
Yeah,
Injustice is so well made.
Yeah, I'll have to check them both out and see. Maybe I might, I'm at the red box them joints.
Yeah, and like Capcom fans are gonna like call for my head, but it is what it is. The game is a lot better. Deal with it.
No, that's the thing. That's the thing. Anyway, we can't even go into fanboys right now because that'll take another hour. But anyway, let's move on. You appreciate Sai for breaking us down with that fighting games. All yes, 3 fighting games.
It's a fun experience to be able to play with the Ninja Turtles against Superman, Batman.
Hell yeah, because we all grew up with those characters, especially like if you're an 80s cat like Ninja Turtles, like that's life,
dude.
Bro.
Ghostbusters and Ninja Turtles was my life for like the first 20 years of my life. I don't even care.
You think I'm playing? I got right now. I'm about 87 years old. I got Ninja Turtle socks in the drawer upstairs right now that I wore last week. Hey, let's get it. I ain't even trolling.
Do you
listen? PlayStation. Let's move on.
Yo, Sherm, facts, man, facts.
Yes. Sherm says, now hold on. Let's just he said looks better. So just based on looks alone, he can make that assessment. But gameplay wise, you got to play the games to see if they're good. But on looks, yeah, I could agree with that because I've seen both. PlayStation has finally, and this,
it's still. I feel like it's still a rumor. What you're about to say, because it's not confirmed from PlayStation themselves. I don't think.
So, but they've talked about it. Like they've talked about, they sent out a survey. Would you guys like to be able to change your? So we're talking about the PlayStation gamer tag change. So being able to update and change your name, basically on PSN. Which listen,
you can delete like 40 of the X's in your name. Like
this is is like the biggest thing in PlayStation news. It's been like the biggest thing for the last like 5 years. I actually don't care at all about it because my Trigun 411 is what I picked from jump. I always on a rock with it. It's whatever. And like if you picked like up your mama's skirt and like you're stupid. So like if you have a name that you don't like because it's some kind of asinine name.
Yeah, you picked like a troll name that was like relevant like 20 years ago.
If you were a jerk or like trolling people and calling people's mothers and like swatting people 5 years ago, and now you want to change your name, I'm sorry, you're just an idiot. But I don't.
Also back then, like it was harder to get a name that you wanted, so that's why like you would add like 50 X's to your name just so you can like use the name you want. You know what I'm saying?
No, that's true.
And like it's funny because like the running joke is like the more X's you have in your gamer tag, the more try hard you are in a game. But like I don't know. Like to me, I might change it. I might not. I kind of want to keep like everything matching. So I'm gonna want to match like my Twitch name, my Twitter name, blah 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 blah. Have it all together. But I've had this gamer tag since PlayStation 3 first came out. So I don't know. I might just keep it.
Yeah, and I've had Trigun 411 since 2000. What was it? 2004, 2005. Since the Xbox, Xbox 360.
Shout out to Mrs. Try.
Shout out to Mrs. Trigun.
Welcome to chat.
Welcome to the. Oh man. But I've had the same name for like 10 plus years, and I don't feel need. But you know what? If people want it, listen, I'm all for gamers. If gamers want to be able to change your name, then that's what I want. If they like it, I love it. Like, if you want to change your name, then PlayStation. It's such a dumb thing for them to be able to do, and I don't know why they've acted. Now, maybe I don't understand the technology. Maybe it's an undertaking that is expensive for them, or it's difficult. I don't know what the big deal is, but they haven't allowed it forever, and now they're thinking about it, which is good. So yeah, like Fly says, he wants to take 2014 out of his name. Cool, like that makes sense to me.
Right.
But I almost feel like though they should do it on a case by case basis. So if your name is like Scratch Your Dad's Balls, I don't think you should be able to change your name. I think you should have that name for the rest of your gaming life. If you made that name, I think you should have to keep that. But anyway, that's just me. But yeah, so anyway, hopefully they let us do it, because I know a lot of people want to change that.
A lot of people.
So on and so forth. So that'll be straight. So Fortnite, real quick. Fortnite. I'll let Sai jump into this because he's kind of the resident Fortnite expert. I got to get back on that game. So Sai, tell us about Fortnite real quick.
Yeah, just real quick. Fortnite developers, Epic Games, came out with like a what's to come video, like what's looking ahead, what we're thinking about doing and adding to the game. And they slipped in there skill-based matchmaking. Right now, I think it's all connection-based, and basically to break it down, like connection-based, it doesn't matter your skill level. They're just going to pair you up with whoever's got the best connections or matching connections to get the less lag and the least amount of lag in the game. Now, with skill-based, they're going to pair you up no matter where you are in the world. They're going to pair you up with people who have the same skill level as you on paper. The thing is on paper.
So what is a community? They were like, the community was like, no, you can't do skill-based.
Yeah. Well, there's couple things. So they like the randomized players in a map. Like,
yeah, I actually kind of like that too.
Like, you can roll up on a scrub or go up against the best player in the world. Like, which I get it. It's a lot more fun that way, I would think. On the flip side, it would be nice, because my stats are kind of garbage. Like, it would be nice to link up to people with the same stats and outshine all of them. You know what I'm saying? Work my way up.
Yeah,
but the problem is like all the big time streamers who like moved away from PUBG and they're all on Fortnite now.
Yeah.
They're all gung ho Fortnite, and they're doing great. They're whooping ass, and all of a sudden skill based matchmaking comes in. Those top tier players are just only going to be playing top tier players. At what point do they get bored? It's more. It's going to be a more competitive game every time. But for them to not showcase their skills on inferior players, it's gonna hurt them in the long run. I feel like, because they're not showboating. Fly, have it going, buddy. Thanks for
have it going. I appreciate you coming through as always. So Sherm said, but hurt millennial strike again.
100%. 100%.
Here's what I think, man. Like, yo, I'm all about skill, because see, I'm an old school gamer. I'm
in the middle. I'm gonna be honest. I'm in the middle.
So you saying you want to take advantage of people? Facts,
yes,
my lord.
Yes and no. Like, I want it to be the same, because, like, I don't know, if I can get to the end to that, it's kind of like I'm working my way to a boss fight. You know what I'm saying? Like, the best player is always going to be at the end unless you get the drop on them. So it's I'm kind of building to like a boss fight where, I'm in the top 10. Now I'm with the best players in the game, and let me see if I can get steal a win. Where, like, on the other side with skill base, it's like I could probably win more because I'm not as good as the best players. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
I don't know. It's kind of like
I actually think it's here's the reality. It actually makes sense. It's more old school to just go random. Here's why. Every random map Don't you? Wouldn't you assume there's some guy who's a beast in there, right?
Yeah.
There's some guy. So when it's like throwing you in the schoolyard and you got to fight for yourself. Like I actually rather. I'm gonna. It's funny because I'm like skill-based matchmaking. I don't care. I'm actually gonna go against it and say I like the way it is now because if there's a beast, it's almost like natural selection, like Darwinism. Like you throw people in a room, let's see who survives. I actually like that rather than hand picking people based on skill. I mean, I can rock.
And it's honestly, they can't judge skill like just by your like recording your gameplay. So they're going based off your stats.
Oh, well, that's all it is. It's all
so
stats.
You're gonna have statistics. Like, high-end players tanking games to drop their skill level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they can get into lower games.
Yeah, it's funny because at first I'm like, oh, butthurt millennials strike again. I actually was like, yeah, that's what's happening. But now I'm like, you know what? In the actuality, millennials would want skill-based matchmaking because that actually gives, when you skill-based matchmake, that gives you a better chance to win. When you put randoms and there's a monster,
unless you're at the top, because then you're going up against the other top people. But you can manipulate it, and that's the problem.
Well, that's exactly. And I the way it is now, I think it's really fun because like
you don't know who you're playing.
You have no idea, and like. The first time I won at Fortnite, I remember, and so you might remember this too.
Oh, I remember.
Well, yeah, of course, because it was 2 weeks you hadn't seen me. Yo, I snuck up under that house and just bang, bang. Like, that was so exhilarating. And I'm glad I didn't know who anyone was. Like, yo, leave it alone. My verdict is leave it alone. Do not change it. It worked.
Right.
It's survival of the fittest, just like Sherm said. It's survival of the fittest. Done. Let everyone rank up on it. Exactly. Sherm.
Agreed.
I totally agree.
And that's what the community was crying about when they slipped that in. And they're like, hell no, leave it the way it is. And I tend to lean more towards that as well. And developers themselves put out a memo saying, you know, we heard the outcry, we're going to reevaluate it and go from there. So they heard it. They're probably not going to do it because of everyone freaking out. Because right now, you're the most popular game in the world.
Yeah.
Honestly, you are the most popular game in the world over anything at the moment. And And I would say, like,
if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah, exactly. Like, don't piss off your fan base right now. Like, it's your weight. You're in control right now. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't screw it up.
Yeah, no, I agree with you. All right, we're gonna move on to one of the last segments of the podcast, baby. Burning questions. Hey, shout out to Bobby Sherm. First question.
Hey, there he is.
And guys, anyone who's listening to the podcast, listen, if you have a question for us, you can hit us on Twitter. You can hit us through any, form of social media. Hit us on Twitch, hit us on Twitter. You can even hit us in the email if you need to.
And the live chat while we're live.
Live chat. Yeah, live chat if you have a question. So the first question in the Burning Questions segment comes from Bobby J Sherman. What's the good word on the Atari box, and how does it tie into the recent announcement to launch their own cryptocurrency? So I did a little research on this. Shout out to Sherm he always has a great thought.
Thanks for that question.
Yeah, thought-provoking questions that we can't just sit back and just pontificate and BS. We actually have to find a real answer. So damn it, Sherm. Anyway,
making us work.
Yeah, making us work, baby. So here's what the Atari box is. The Atari box is essentially, it's almost like it's a PC styled mini console, mini retro console. It's designed to compete with the SNES mini console. It's a micro console. So it's a Linux operating system. It has a light AMD processor and a Radeon graphics card. And it's designed to play old Atari games and new games. Now, as far as graphically, what it can handle, frames and resolution.
And that's the key right there. New games. Atari's going to start pumping out new games.
Yeah, Atari's going to start making new games, and they're going to also bring back the old ones, like Centipede, all that kind of stuff.
Pong and
Frogger, yeah, all that stuff you could play on a 2600. It's basically the CEO said it's for old gamers and new. Like they want to introduce Atari to the new generation of gamers, and they want to bring all those old gamers who played the Atari back.
Where have they been though? That's my question.
Yeah, nah.
How long do you sit and wait and be like, yo, now's the time to pounce?
Yeah, they've been, it's like Jesus, the second coming of the Atari Cat's like, family Atari. Dude called another dude in the old folks home. Hey, bro.
It goes to your point.
Back.
Yo, Atari. It goes to your point though with like the NES, the mini NES. They probably were like, "Yo, people like old games. Let's do it."
Yeah, because they saw the success of.
It is good looking, Sherm. It is.
Yeah, no, it is a good looking console, and they saw the success of the Super NES, and I'm sure they probably saw the success of the Nintendo Switch, because Nintendo Switch had kind of come back because the Wii U was a disastrous failure and people thought Nintendo were done. So Atari's like, you know what? And here's, in general, the gaming industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. I think it's the second highest grossing entertainment piece moving forward as far as growth is concerned, and it's getting even bigger. So they're pouncing while the fire is hot. So what they're doing is they're releasing this Atari, and it's going to, like I said, old and new games. And here's the thing. They think it's going to have success because it's going to be, and it's not even going to be a niche item because they're making new games. So they're going to touch upon the new gamers, but it's also going to be for people who played the Atari 2600. But the details, we don't have a lot of details. It's supposed to be released in 2018. Or it could be beyond. They've been kind of ambiguous about details. That's why it was hard to find information. Now, here's the deal. To answer Sherman's question, here's where the cryptocurrency comes in. Atari is one of the companies, just like there was another company I mentioned in the article that's getting into the cryptocurrency. There's quite a few that are moving into cryptocurrency. So what Atari is doing is this. They're moving into cryptocurrency, and here's why. They're developing a game, and they're going to release a game called Pride Fest, which is a mobile gaming game that's based upon the LGBTQ community, where you go through, as a person that's in that community, you live your life, you dress up, you do whatever, and you're going to have to spend, as any mobile game, you're going to spend coins and different things like that. So they're going to be using cryptocurrency to get involved in that game, but they also are going to be opening their own online casino. Atari is going to be opening their own online casino in Europe. Online gambling is huge in Europe because it's completely almost unregulated. So they're moving into the cryptocurrency so they can develop these online casinos, and they're going to be basically moving kind of like those digital funds using cryptocurrency to fund their online casinos and their online gaming. Mm-hmm. And I'm assuming maybe the Atari box will tie into that, because maybe what you'll be able to do
as like a downloadable app or something.
Yeah, maybe you'll have a downloadable app where you can use cryptocurrency to make in-game purchases for Atari box games. So like Atari is like, yo, we're going to do this technology two-fisted. We're going to hit you with the console, and we're hitting you with the online mobile gaming and cryptocurrency. So not only it's kind of a genius move, and if it works, they stand to make millions, and that's what hopefully, Sherm, that answers your question. So they're trying to move into the cryptocurrency because they have these online casinos, they have these mobile gaming games that are going to be using cryptocurrency, and they're also moving into the Atari and the console era, so they can try to benefit from that and hopefully infuse those two things together. So. I think it'll be interesting to see. If that's pretty crazy. Imagine if Atari, Atari, that would be the craziest. That would be like the Patriots losing the Super Bowl. Oh wait, never mind. Anyway, I had to get that in. Oh yeah, and also Atari is not only doing their own games, old and new, but they're going to be hitting a lot of new indie games too. There's a lot of indie developers that are going to jump on to the Atari box. They already got people lined up, so that's really dope. Cool. Just moving forward because we have some time constraints. Moving on to Mav, the young boy. He has a question. How important do you think a good soundtrack is to making a game great?
I think it goes hand in hand. I think it's kind of like watching like a movie trailer. Like the song is going to get you hyped about, the movie that's coming out. Like I feel like the game sets the tone. It sets like the ambiance. Like when you're doing like for instance, like Destiny 2 and, like Halo, like from Bungie, they do a lot of like the orchestra, the orchestra background music where it's like you feel the music while you're playing. Like it fits in so well. You know what I mean? And like a lot of games will do that. Go ahead.
I actually think I'm sure you know this, maybe you don't. Destiny 1, the music for Destiny 1, they did research prior to putting that music together because they did research to develop the music, and the ambiance was designed to like not get you addicted to the game, but like keep you playing and make you want to play. So like that's part of the game design. And so but I would say this, I would argue this. I think a great soundtrack can make a good, I think, here's what I think. I think.
What do you think?
A good soundtrack can make a good game a little bit better, but I think a great soundtrack can make a great game the GOAT. Like I don't think a great game is hurt by a bad soundtrack. Like you know what I'm saying? Like I don't think.
I get it, but
I'm not saying the soundtrack is negligible at all. I think it can make a game. To me, a soundtrack doesn't make or break a game. I think it can make a good game a little bit better or a great game that much greater. But I don't think a great game is not going to be made a good game because the soundtrack's bad.
It sets the tone of what you're currently playing, and I don't know. I feel like they go hand to hand. That's just my opinion. Like Sean said, that's what he loves about the Zelda games. The Zelda game franchise has great music that's tied into it. Like you go into a different temple, it sets a different tone for what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like
it's true. That's what I'm saying. I think the music can serve to enhance the game, but if the music doesn't enhance it, it doesn't hurt the game though. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like it's almost like
it's not going to ruin the game. I agree.
Yeah,
but I don't know.
But I get it. You think. See, so I guess in a way I'm downplaying the music, and you and Sherm, I feel like, are putting more of a like from 1 to 10. To me, the music is like 6 importance. What would you guys say? Like,
I'm sorry. What was that?
On a scale of 1 to 10, how important do you think the music is?
I would put it probably 7.5.
See, and I'm gonna actually put it at a 5. So there's just to quantify the difference so that the people can understand like what we're saying, because I think we're agreeing with each other, but we're also like differing on importance. So I think that's what it comes down to. So hopefully, Matt, that answers your question. And Sherm, you can just damn. But that's here's the thing.
Yeah, no, I agree.
But that's the thing. It's all personal experience, and like Sherm, he has a musical mind, so like he has a tendency to focus probably more on the music than I would, because I'm not a musical type person. Like, I like Harlem World and Drake, so I know nothing about music.
And like think about it when you're doing like you're playing like horror games like Hellblade or Resident Evil and stuff like that, the music is like amplifying your fear factor. You know, like, it's playing a hand in how you're feeling at that certain time of the mission or the game.
Absolutely. And full disclosure, now that I've had a chance to reflect in the last second, listen, I take it for granted. I take the music for granted.
Probably.
In great games, because people are like, yo, the Destiny soundtrack is so amazing. And I'm like, I've never heard any music in Destiny. Like, I actually don't listen for the music. So like, I just take the music for granted. So that's why personally, it's not that important to me. Sherm just made a good point. Imagine if Destiny had the same music as Sonic the Hedgehog.
It would be friggin' weird.
Yeah, no, and actually, I'll retract all my statement. I actually can say that would actually ruin the game.
Yeah,
like that would ruin the game actually. So I take back what I said. I was wrong.
It's the tone,
but
it changes how the game is to me.
And I completely see your point, and my problem is I take it for granted and I assume the music is going to be like right, so I don't even think about it. So it probably is really important. So thank you two for stating your points, because if it was up to me, you'd have like Barbie's Dream House music in like Zelda, so that's fine. So anyway, moving forward. Now, what you gonna say, Sal?
Nothing. I was just gonna make a stupid comment, but we can move on. Okay. Mav, thanks for that question.
Yeah, thanks for the question, man. Dubs, this question is from G Dubs. Pretty simply stated: pump, shotgun, or tactical? Side.
I'm assuming in Fortnite, right?
Yes.
All right. So the thing now in Fortnite is a double pump. So basically, like a tactical shotgun will let you shoot off more shots faster, where the pump has to go into a pump animation before you can fire off another shot. The thing with the pump is, though, the shot's going to hit you harder than tactical shotgun. So what people are doing now, and it's very frustrating to run into these people, they're stacking shotguns in their inventory.
Oh my God.
They can pump shot you, switch to the next pump shotgun in their inventory, and switch, and like
so they're reloading the shotgun without reloading.
They're eliminating the animation of reloading the shotgun by just next shotgun.
In that case, then easily pump shotgun. Like if you have
right now, until they nerf it,
a
double pump shotgun is broken and it's OP, and that's what you should be using to compete when you get in the top 10.
Yeah, and I always like the pump. I favor the pump just because I like that up close and personal. I want to blow your head off type thing. But if you're going against a player who's actually good, I would use a tactical. But it all depends how close you are, to be honest. And again, the pump is broken right now, I guess.
Yeah, for me personally, I love the tactical shotgun. Like, but if you run into a pump shotgun person, you're kind of at a disadvantage because they're gonna hit you for like 60 health points higher than what you're hitting them with.
Yeah,
but
like the attack, you got to hit them 3 or 4 times.
Yeah, I would say like 2 to 3 times with a headshot and they're down. But for somebody double pumping, they're going bang bang, you're dead. Like it's so hard. So to answer the question, get used to the pump shotgun while it's relevant, and I'm sure Nerf is going to come soon.
Hell yeah. And the last question of the evening, Cantankerous. Shout out to Cantankerous. What controller sensitivity would help not to spray my bullets everywhere when I get excited?
This is a funny question.
Yeah, funny.
I use my sensitivity at 7, and ADS I think is 0.70. To me, that's a good balance for movement and not being able to oh my God, I'm looking all over the place. I can't control the joystick. You know what I mean? I would say those settings are pretty balanced as far as spraying bullets everywhere. That's a you issue, unfortunately. Like, you got to be able to contain the nerves, because I do it too. Like, I run into a lot of players and I'm like, oh shit. And like if I can sneak up on someone, like somebody doesn't know I'm there, like I'm confident, I'll pepper my shots in with using, an auto rifle where you can hold the trigger down and keep firing. The recoil is going to shoot your bullets all over the place. So when you add your frantic movement to it, your accuracy is like like 20% probably. Like, that's being generous. But like, if you pepper your shots and just burst it, you're going to have a lot more accuracy hitting the target. And sure, I'm just spraying the chat right now.
Yo, here's the thing, right? Because Cantank, you ain't alone, bro. Because like
everybody panics, man.
Tones inside used to always yell at me like, I'm like, dog, I hit him dead on there. Like, you gotta pepper your shot. Yep. I used to one time I got so excited, bro. Me and Cy were like the last two. It was like 2v1. It was like 2v1. And we were playing duos, and I got so excited, I like exploded myself on the top of this bathroom. Like, so, bro, you just gotta remain calm, and like when you think about when you hold the controller, you gotta burst it, but also when you're holding the controller, don't ever jerk in any direction. Like,
what also will increase your accuracy?
It's not good.
What you can also do is crouch. Go in and out of crouching. As soon as you crouch, your accuracy increases. So you can do that as well.
No, that's true. That's true. So shout out to Cantankerous. And Cy also said low key for $29.99, he'll give you 15 minutes to come to the house and help you out.
I'll show you what not to do.
Yeah. I mean, I can do that too for $99.99 special discount for me. Real quick, so we're gonna just do some deals. Start to wrap up the show. So we got NBA Live 18, the greatest basketball game of all time.
I bought it just because of this price. Bruh, like, I haven't played a basketball game in so long. Before, what was it, $4.49?
$4.49, bro. If you go to Dunkin' Donuts right now and you get a medium hazelnut with 4 creams and 4 equals, and you get a turkey sausage on a flatbread, that's $4.31. And you eat that real quick in 15 minutes.
Like $5 after tax.
That's gone, right? So you can buy NBA Live 18. You have an NBA basketball game that you can play for the rest of your life for $4.49. You can go and cop that today. Sherman, make sure you get that today, because me, Shansa, Pac, Cy got it. We're all going to be on it, hard body. Unravel is a game, came out in 2016. It's a really good game. It's like an indie title. Well, it's not an indie title because EA produced it, but it's like an indie type game. It's a lot of fun. It's $4.99. Assassin's Creed Origins is $40. Rainbow Six Siege is free for the weekend. That game is like all the rage. People have been playing it for 2 years.
It has like a Division like comeback story. You know what I mean? Like how the Division is relevant again. The same thing's happening with Siege.
Yeah, so we're gonna do that. South Park Butthole, $30. The Fractured Butthole, there you go. You can get that for $30. I heard that game was good. The Crew, the original Crew, game is actually fire. I played it until I got triggered and quit. That's $10. I can't wait for the second one. Yeah, that's $10. And then real quick, we were gonna do a new. Well, we can just so we'll just mention the games, because like we don't really want to get into them. So this is what we're looking forward to in the next month. So I'm actually gonna play Assassin's Creed Rogue, which is coming out, which actually that game came
March 20th.
Yeah, March 20th, Assassin's Creed Rogue. That's the game that I missed. I made all the Assassin's Creed series, but that's just the one that I missed. And then I'm going to also I'm not going to pick up Far Cry 5 day one, because that's going to be a $4.99 purchase in about 3 years.
I'll probably GameFly it at some point.
Yeah, and then I'm also I'm going to take the plunge into this show, man. The GOAT sports game, MLB the Show 18.
It's one of the best sports games ever made, man.
Yeah,
it's crazy.
We're gonna dive into that. But yeah, so that's what I'm gonna dive into. Inside, what anyone in particular you looking forward to?
Yeah, I'm probably gonna dive into the show as well.
Okay.
Another game that's coming out was Friday, March 23rd is A Way Out. A Way Out is from our is he French? I forget.
He's French.
I forget his name, but this dude went off. He went off during the Game Awards, cursing and like yelling at EA, even though EA made the game. Like,
yeah, like they published his game. He's like, yeah. FEA. Well, hold on, I love him.
Yeah, dude, that guy was nuts. So, he's a character, and it's a co-op story, right? It's just it's doing the story mode.
Yeah, it's two people. They're trying to break out of prison and so on and so forth. So
it's like Wentworth and Miller, right? Is that the name?
Yeah, I think so. I think so.
Prison Break.
There you go.
Yeah, no. So I'm interested in that, and I'm also kind of interested in the Devil May Cry collection.
Yo, I
never really played the Devil May Cry games, so I'm kind of interested in it for being like you get all the games in one.
Yo, Twitch, do you know about the Twitch Prime games? Because someone said Devil May Cry is free if you have Twitch Prime. So
if that's accurate, I'm definitely getting it.
Yeah, we need to look into that because someone I saw on Twitter, someone said if you have Twitch Prime, there's a Devil May Cry is something, you get something. It could be a DLC or whatever, but
yeah.
All right. Anyway, we're gonna move on to these. Yeah, we gotta check that out. So anyway, yo, appreciate everybody coming through the show. We're gonna move into the outros real quick. Again, it's your boy Trigun 411. Hit me on Twitter at Trigun 4848. Hit me on Twitch /Trigun 411. Real quick, I just want to shout out this YouTuber dude. His name, the Black Hokage. He's a huge member of the YouTube gaming community. He really is. I've been following this dude for like 3 or 4 years now. He used to be called Modern War Negro. He started doing on Call of Duty videos, and now he does, like 2K. He does all kind of other game, Paragon. He does like mad games. He's on PC, all this type of stuff, Fortnite, whatever. He does all kind of different games, but he's a huge member. He's a huge gamer, but not only a gamer in general, but he really does help out like the Black gaming community. And he just posted something on Twitter, like the top 10 Black streamers on Twitch. So for Black History Month. So he's a real good dude. He supports, the brothers out here, and he supports gaming in general. So make sure you follow him on YouTube and Twitch. His name is the Black Hokage. He's a good dude. Sai, yeah, outro.
You can find me at twitch.tv/Scythex and twitter.com/Scythex_. And shout out to everybody that came out and chilled in chat today.
Yeah, shout out to Fly, Sherm, everybody that came through the chat. And
Mrs. Try, I saw you.
Hey, Mrs. Try, Ray, appreciate you, girl. Hey, we out here. But yeah, we're gonna wrap up this episode because we got some things to do today. Hey, listen, we got a little bit of snow coming, everybody. Episode 7, baby. So appreciate y'all for coming through. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. And if you've made it this far in the video, you know what? I'm gonna give you a gift certificate to Denny's or Shoney's from Sai for $1,000. Only breakfast only, and you can only get sausage. All right. Anyway, this is your boy Try and your boy Sai. Friday Night Gaming podcast, episode 7. Hey, yeah, we up, my guy. Thanks, my boy.